clickety clack, along main lines, rickety track.
She whispers softly in my ear,
just to say your last name.
Just find a place to make the scent to keep easy.
that's just the way it is. Sit down, see when things can only get better.
Yet the same in so many ways.
I no recollection of the last time I came here.
But if we get much closer, I could lose control. And if your heart surrenders, you'll need me to hold.
I wouldn't be myself without you. Take a piece, take a picture of me. I don't care what happens, see, 'cause I know I'm happy.
Hello everybody and welcome to lockdown session number 24 from Can Do Arts for Sustainable Development's Open Mic for Open Minds in association with the Rivo Lounge. Right, my name's Brian Reid and I'm going to be your host this evening, this is number 24. Okay, so we're approaching 6 months now, something that we started doing on a weekly basis, and we've continued with a whole lot of commitment from lots of different people, we keep bringing you wonderful snippets of the local life around us, of local creatives, youngsters like sort of making their first foray into any kind of expressive medium. Well, it's a broad church full of people who just enjoy doing stuff, okay, and want to share. And if you'd like to be part of that, then you're most welcome, and you'll get all the details of how you can join us very soon. I've been checking out the internet tonight, and which is actually a bit like walking through an untreated sewer, just because you never know what you're about to step in. Okay, you don't know where it comes from, and you don't know what sort of long-term effect it could have on you. But it seems to me, you know, we have access to more information than we've ever had in our entire lives, and yet we still got no idea about what's really going on, because there's such a proliferation of different views and crazy conspiracy theories and people with agendas that are unknown and unknowable until it's too late. So we don't know where that news comes from. It seems like all of the outlets that we have relied on for news over the years, like the BBC and ITV and Channel 4, all right, and Sky, and all the major news organisations, Reuters, it seems like there is such a proliferation of different sources now where people have just they're not interested in the news, they're interested in manipulating the news to further their own agendas. And that's why people have basically turned into rabid football supporters when it comes to news. You can't convince a rival football supporter that wasn't a penalty, or that guy shouldn't have got sent off, because they just refuse to see it, because they're so tribalistic in their intensity. All right, they it's like my country, right or wrong, that kind of thing, which is a fantastically discredited kind of ethos anyway. But yeah, it just seems to me that we're like living in the getting on the internet and finding out stuff, or trying to do stuff, or even more dangerously expressing an opinion that you've actually thought about, okay, and that works for you and is a presentation of how you feel about something, can find you being threatened and abused by people who don't know you, who will never meet you, and who never want to meet you, but are quite happy to express their wish to take your life in various strange ways, on the smallest of evidence, because you happen to be going against some kind of credo or idea that they have wound their lives up into. It seems to me that there are hundreds of thousands of people who've never had a political thought in their lives that they've actually properly thought through, and all of a sudden they're espousing, things which are, to my mind, completely insane, and that's pretty scary, really. So I don't know, what is truth? What is truth? Truth is what you know. Truth is what you know to be true, not what you hope to be true, not what you think is true. Stuff you know. I know I've got 2 sons, and I've got 3 grandsons. Thank goodness they're all healthy. Okay, and I've got a wife who loves me and that I love, and I've got a circle of friends that I can rely on, and I've got another circle of friends who I've met, sort of doing creative stuff, either poetry or music or anything like that, who are people that I've got to know in the context of what we do, and that gives us a certain familiarity and eventually some kind of intimacy, with shared goals and shared aspirations and shared tastes and things like that. But the truth of the matter is that most of those people are their colleagues or acquaintances who I don't have a huge amount of information about. All right, so when some of them suddenly start randomly spouting something weird, then you have to ask yourself, do you want to get into that conversation? Do you want to discuss it? Or do you want to cut it off and cauterize the wound? All right, which is what I've done in a lot of cases. There are people that I've known for 50 years saying things that I find unconscionable. And the dilemma is, do I just sort of bin that 50 years of contact, or do I take the opportunity to reassess this person based on some garbled rubbish that they've written on Facebook? And the answer is no. I don't do that. If somebody posts something like sort of, which is like inherently racist or just like put out there, then I find that's slightly hard. That's pretty hard to forgive. I'm quite happy to serially cull those people from my online presence. Well, that doesn't mean that I don't have any sadness about that, or it doesn't mean that I don't retain some kind of residual affection for them, because that's what a lifetime of knowing somebody does. You don't stop loving Granny because she says something racist. Okay, you have to sort of contextualize where that comes from, where she's come from. Okay, and we've got to stop judging everybody through our own experience and our own eyes, and try to make the effort to walk a mile in their shoes. But it's a tough one. Anyway, this isn't tough. Let's have some music, and let's have some poetry, and let's have some song. Hit it.
Maybe I care, maybe you don't. Maybe I'll let go, maybe you won't. Could there be 2 of us? Could there be 2? Maybe I'm lonely, maybe you're lost. Maybe I'm an echo, maybe you're a ghost. Could there be 2 of us? Could there be 2 of us? I know you look at yourself like me, with the same eyes you both see, through to the end, through to the end. I heard it's in your blood, baby. I heard you got the same taste in your mouth. You know there's nothing new, baby. We try hard to change, but it's still the same. Maybe I'm my father's son. Maybe I'm my father's son. I'm nothing like you. I'm nothing like you. Maybe I'm my father's son. Could I have been anyone? I'm nothing like you. No, I'm nothing like you. Maybe I'm right, maybe you're wrong. Maybe you'll say I am, maybe you'll say no. Could there be 2 of us? Could there be 2 of us? I know you look at yourself like me, with the same eyes you will see, through to the end, through to the end. I heard it's in your blood, baby. I heard you got the same taste in your mouth. You know there's nothing new, baby. We try
the bells in St Giles Church Tower, chiming out every hour, over hills, dales and Castletown, down High Street, past Pepper Street, echoing sounds of cobblestones, and mingling with old rolling carts, clickety-clack as it glides past, old Jack on his stall as he calls, "Come and get your hats, come and get your hats," earning an honest crust just to keep debtors' court and workhouse off his back. That dark place that has now transformed into a hospital, a place of healing at last. But let's backtrack fast along Hue and Cry, and you and I can sit down by Guildhall and listen to townfolk talk of industrial decline as populace stride, now in a different time. I remember Henry White's, the place I'd always buy white handkerchiefs, said Pete, caught up in his reveries. ABC miners are over here, a couple, as they huddle in coats amid hustle and bustle, joking of sneaking into Savoy Cinema to peek at flickering images of cartoons. "Are you Sue?" asks a man of a lady after they walk past Sidley's Cafe that now goes by another name, the Hippie Shake. A real treat at the end of day, over here, Sue states. "I remember the days as a lad, I'd be glad in Queen's Garden, amid bright flowers, listening to bands. And we snatch these golden snippets as we stand by Guildhall that continues to stand tall amid time's footfall."
You always said, I know things get hard for you at times, but don't you forget, your soul burns with the brightest light, and I just left for no good reason, took back what I said in the songs I wrote, the things I whispered at 3 a.m. Get better. I can't promise I would take it all back. Learn to slow down and stand still. I've learned to survive by living on the run. I can't say I won't when I know that I will. You were sunshine, you were everything. No, you still are. I began the end, a deliberate mistake. I took too far. I miss you. I love you. I ache for your touch. But the mere thought of you loving me is all too much. I can't promise I would take it all back. Learn to slow down and stand still. Because I get scared and that's when I run. know that I will. I can't say I won't when I know that I will.
As the cold gets bitter, reminding myself I'm not a quitter, but sometimes I wish I was, because wouldn't it be so much simpler to let my flame flicker and fade at the hands of my own hands in the edge of a blade? I feel like I've been living at the edge of a cave, between the pitch black and the sun's gaze, and I wish I was a quitter, but I'm not. And with every fight and tough night, I seem to get fitter. I feel myself getting quicker, not a quitter, something else, searching for the words, but as I get closer, they get dimmer. Not a quitter. But maybe, just maybe, I throw myself in the fire, because really and truly I am a survivor. So I take my leap of faith from the edge of this cave and directly into the sun's rays, expecting an infernal blaze. I'm astounded and amazed at the warmth of this golden gaze and this rock upon which a world was raised, the air a beautiful misty haze, before me at last a pasture of opportunity to graze. Oh, what I have missed in my darker days. But still the shadows claw me back, living nightmares as I toss and turn in bed, wishing this mammoth would cut me a little slack. And rather than get off my back, it crawled into my head. Heavy heart, mammoth on my mind. Where do I even start moving forward? I feel so blind. A golden opportunity in front of my eyes, but all these years of pain and all the lies, struggling to see any kind of gain. These days for walking through forests like maze, happily wandering lost with no aims, but paths confuse me, keeping me lost for days. I'm so tired of these life games.
I woke up depressed again. Life is a nightmare I wish would end. Can't kill myself, cause there's a hope inside. But I keep spending every day wanting to die, wanting to die, wanting to die. Nothing hurts when I'm asleep. My waking thoughts take hold of me. Nothing hurts when I'm asleep. My waking thoughts take hold. So I'll keep on walking, internally screaming again. Cause I wanna get better, but my brain doesn't seem to mend. Things I want I just push away, and I feel like less real each and every day. I just wish that I could feel normal every now and then. I just wish that I could feel normal every now and then. Every now and then. Every now and then. Nothing hurts when I'm asleep. My waking thoughts take hold of me. Nothing hurts when I'm asleep. My waking thoughts take hold. I woke up depressed again. Life is a nightmare I wish would end.
Okay, the poem I'd like to share with you tonight is written by a good friend of mine. His name is Scott Cowley, aka the Rusty Goat. He runs the Rusty Goat's Poetry Corner in Swindon. And this is his first collection of poetry, which is called Not Under My Breath. Most of his poems are incredibly personal, all right, and deal with some quite dark stuff. And some of them wouldn't be appropriate to share here. And also the ones that deal with sobriety and mental health and all things like that. Again, they're intensely personal. It's universally personal. But there are some of his poems which are, some of them are quite funny, some of them are a different one, and I particularly like this one. And so this is called Know It All. When you sit here alone and it's getting late and you realise you don't know it all, you're listening to the words of Mark E. Smith. Is it too late to get into the fall? Another bottle of brown capped popped open. Your dreams are dreams, not reality. It's Monday to Friday in a shop, office or factory. Are you happy with that until all the clocks stop? We're a disease-riddled, drug-fueled, binge-drinking nation, selfish at the dawn, at the end of creation. I don't know about you, but I want to get off. I want to pull the cord before the final stop. We've pumped all the oil and sucked all the gas. We've burned all the coal while sleeping on the sofa, watching the TV about the decline of our world, cracked another beer and uttered a few tuts. We've sat here, written about your disgust and expressed concern over the inevitable dust in front of the fire. Nice TV and sofa and all. In the world outside, last orders are being called. The question remains the same and the song unchanged. You've realised you don't know it all. You're listening to the words of Mark E. Smith. Is it too late?
Welcome back, folks. Bathroom sessions with the Kickin Sistas. Hi. Woo. 1, 2, 3, 4. When the truth is found to be lies, you know the joy within you. Guys, don't you want somebody to love? Don't you need somebody to love? Wouldn't you love somebody to love? You better find somebody to love.
Mercury and Venus, scorched by the sun. Planet Earth where life began. Planet Mars where life could be. Jupiter's spot has its eye on me. Saturn's rings like waves on a tide, and Uranus, which spins on its side. Neptune with skies as blue as the sea, and Pluto will always be a planet to me. It is. It's in my books, cosmic tales from childhood, when I would read and dream of space, the wonder written on my face, full of theories of space and time, and the number of planets was always 9. I've always worn my heart on my sleeve, and in you I shall always believe. Your heart guides you to where you want to be, and if it's true, your head will agree. Courage can make a man stand tall, and love will conquer all. The truth doesn't set you free, but Pluto will always be a planet to me. I'm full of passion, lust and desire, and I want to set your world on fire. I am who I am, and I'll always be me. Love me as I am, and you'll hold the key. I've always been a child at heart, a hopeless romantic right from the start. You're the one I want to set me free, and Pluto will always be a planet to me. It is. It's in my books, cosmic tales from childhood, when I would read and dream of space, the wonder written on my face, full of theories of space and time, and the number of planets was always 9.
Little boy, you seem to wake up earlier every morning. Come running from your bed to meet the day, with a pair of sleepy eyes that could have slept a little longer, and 1,000 urgent things you have to say. And the morning passes quickly in the springtime, and the springtime brings such fascinating games. Puppy dogs and chocolate frogs and fishing lines, and pretending that you didn't hear your mother call your name. Shady boy, your lunch is going cold here on the table. You have to eat these things to make you grow. I know that you're scared you might be missing out on something, but even busy people have to eat, you know. And the afternoon goes quickly when there's good times, and there's good times in the garden every day. Little friendly butterflies that flutter by, and a little friend to help you chase those butterflies away. Shady boy, those eyes of yours are looking kinda drowsy, and I know you never want the day to end, but just think if you close your eyes, lay back on your pillow, it won't be long before the morning's here again. And the quickly in our lifetime, and before you even notice, it's gone. Little boy, I'm noticing the nice times now, 'cause I know that little boys don't stay little boys for long. Oh, Shady boy, you seem to wake up earlier every morning. Come running from your bed to me today, with a pair of sleepy eyes that could have slept a little longer, and 1,000 urgent things you have to say.
A poem entitled Glass Half Empty. Each day is better than the morrow. 2 magpies, joy, or twice the sorrow.
Rain. Missing the poetry, some malign the mist as malevolent, wringing their hands with worry, they're too dejected to write. Rain drummed and branch brushed, the cadences of cloud and water come. Our sky can go from lapis to tin in the blink of an eye. No matter how parched, how withered my land, the rains will come home, stealing down from the chalky slopes, rising in the meadows and the ditches, making primitive the cities, slowing every wheel, animating every gutter, diffusing commercial neon into smeary blooms, dramatising the countryside, sewing pearls into every web and redrawing the horizon with a badly frayed brush. Mossy-haired lunatics will roam the dripping rocks. Moisture will gleam on the beaks of crows and glisten on the claws of nighttime creatures, exposing a rawness, a disorder, and hair-raising hisses. Hissing on the motorways around the prows of trawlers, it will hiss in electrical stations, the tips of cigarettes, and on the refuse fires of the dispossessed. Legends will be washed from ancient burial grounds. Graffiti will run down walls, and it will rain a comfort, a sense of salvation from the graspings of the sun.
Okay, so here we are. It's darkness at the edge of town, and we've come to the end of another open mic for open minds. Just to let you know that if you'd like to join us, if you'd like to send us any submissions, okay, then you can email your films, your audio, whatever, to openmic@cando-arts.com. And those need to be in by 8 o'clock on a Monday night to qualify for each Wednesday's following show. And anything that arrives later than that will be carried over to the next week. But there's a whole gaggle of us just waiting to come across your submissions and to see what you've done and to put it out there for other people to enjoy. Okay, so join us, share us. Okay, join the Can-Do community. Get involved. Enjoy. Now, I'll leave it to Ed Deedigan to play us out. Thanks, everybody, and good night.
All this talk of getting old is bringing me down, my love, like a cat in a bag, waiting to drown. This time I'm coming down. Well, I hope you're thinking of me as you lay down on your side. 'Cause the drugs don't work, they just make you worse. But I know I'll see your face again. Now the drugs don't work, they just make you worse. But I know I'll see your face again. Well, I know I'm on a losing streak as I walk down my old street. If you want a show, just let me know and I'll sing it in your ear again. Now the drugs don't work, they just make you worse, but I know I'll see your face again. And baby, ooh la la, if heaven calls, I'm coming too, just like you said. If you leave my life, I'm better off dead. All this talk of getting old is bringing me down, my love, like a cat in a bag, waiting to drown. This time I'm coming down. Well, I hope you're thinking of me as you lay down on your side. Now the drugs don't work, they just make you worse, but I know I'll see your face again. Now the drugs don't work, they just make you worse, but I know I'll see your face again. Yeah, I know I'll see your face again. Yeah, I know I'll see your face again. Never going down, never going down, no more, no more, no more. Never going down, never going down, I'm never going down, no more, no more. Never going down, I'm never going down, no more, no more, no more. Never going down, I'm never going down, no more. Well, I hope not. Anyway, I hope I see your face again, and faces again, not just one face, or not just one big face, not a big scary face, not a clown face, just everyone's faces, and without masks on eventually. But obviously, if you have to have them on at the moment, if you do have them on. I want to say a special thank you to everyone, not everyone in the world, but eventually I'll get around to it. But particularly to everyone that performed tonight, to big man Brian Reid, as usual, fantastic, Connor and all the crew from Can Do that do the voodoo that they do so well. But I want to say a special thank you to the Kickin Sistas. Not only have they got fantastic songs, not only are they fantastic people, but they're also doing a great gig. Check it out on the 12th. Love and peace. Mwah. See you soon.
God, I hope you edit that properly.